Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to decode the science behind choosing a YouTube topic that can actually lead to success and, yeah, a sustainable income. We are going way beyond guesswork and diving deep into the data. So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start by busting a common myth about views, and then I'll show you a really powerful metric for success that researchers have found. We'll see how to apply it to find your perfect niche, turn that niche into views, and finally, talk about the long-term strategy that really separates the channels that thrive from the ones that just fade away. All right, let's just get right into it. Section 1 is all about this trap that so many creators fall into, the obsession with being popular. Look, every creator wants millions of views, right? It just feels like the ultimate prize. But what if I told you that chasing those raw view counts could actually be a trap? One that leads you away from building a real, profitable channel. And this slide right here, wow, it just gets right to the core of the problem. A massive study of over 5 million YouTube videos found that there's absolutely no real correlation between how many views a video gets and its watch percentage. You can have a viral hit that people click away from in, like, seconds. So the crucial point is really understanding this difference. Popularity, that's just getting someone to click. It's fleeting. Engagement, though, is what happens after that click. It's the quality of the attention you can hold. And believe me, that is the bedrock of a channel that can build an audience and actually make some money. So if views aren't the answer, then what is? In Section 2, we're going to uncover the quote-unquote secret metric that can actually predict a video's success. A key place to start is average watch percentage. It's a pretty simple idea. On average, what fraction of your video do people actually stick around for? It's a way better signal of quality than just a raw view count. But, this metric is kind of flawed. As the research points out, people are naturally going to watch a smaller percentage of a really long video. I mean, you can't judge a 2-hour documentary and a 2-minute short film by the same yardstick, right? It just makes direct comparisons totally unfair. And this is where the research gets really powerful. It gives us a metric called relative engagement. So instead of comparing apples to oranges, it compares your 10-minute video only against other 10-minute videos. It's a true measure of performance because you're only being judged against your direct competition. Now check this out, because this is kind of mind-blowing. That 3-hour video with only 19% watch time, well, it's actually in the 99th percentile for its length. It's an incredible performer. Meanwhile, that shorter video with the slightly higher watch percentage is a total dud, scoring in just the 7th percentile. This metric, it reveals the truth. Okay, so this is all really fascinating theory, but how do we actually use the secret knowledge to find a topic, a niche, that will work for your channel and, set you up for success? Well, the same research shows that your topic choice has a massive and predictable impact on engagement. Some topics, like Obama in this study, are just inherently stickier. They keep audiences watching. Others, like Bollywood, tend to have lower engagement. Your choice of niche matters a ton before you even press record. So, how do you find these high engagement topics? You don't guess. You use a professional toolkit. These tools help you see what's got growing interest, understand what people are actually searching for, and spot the gaps where the competition isn't serving the audience well. And the strategy here is not to just make a bunch of one-off videos. It's to build what they call content clusters. You pick that high engagement niche and you go deep, creating a whole library of related videos. This makes your channel the go-to authority, which is exactly what the algorithm and a loyal audience are looking for. Okay, so you've found your high engagement niche. Now what? Section 4 is all about execution, turning that amazing idea into actual views. Once you've chosen your high-potential niche, you've got to play the game. The YouTube algorithm is mostly looking at 4 key signals to decide if your video is worth showing to more people, and you got to master them all. First up is the click-through rate, or CTR. To put it simply, you have to get the click. Data shows there's this critical threshold at 9%. If you can get above that, your chances of the algorithm promoting you just skyrocket. It's a tough target for sure, but it is the first key to the kingdom. So how do you hit that 9%? With scientifically designed thumbnails and titles. This isn't just art. It's about using high contrast colors, emotional faces, and titles that create a curiosity gap without being dishonest clickbait. You have to earn that click every single time. But getting the click, that's just the beginning. The second, and I would argue most important hurdle, is audience retention.
And this brings us right back to engagement. If you can keep 70% of your audience watching, that is a gold standard signal to YouTube that you have a quality video, and it will trigger massive distribution.
All right, finally, let's zoom out. Because getting 1 million views isn't just about one video, it's about building a system. We need to talk about the mindset you need for sustainable success.
So the crucial point here is that this is not about one viral hit. Honestly, viral videos are often a curse. They bring in an audience that doesn't care about your other content. Real success is about building a foundation for long-term predictable growth. And this timeline, this shows you the magic of the compound effect. Every single high engagement video you add to your niche becomes an asset that's working for you 24/7. In fact, research shows a lot of videos get more views in their second year as your authority grows and the algorithm finally figures out who you are.
So as you plan your next video, the question to ask yourself is this: are you optimizing for a fleeting click, or are you building an engaged community that's going to last? Because in the end, a loyal community is so much more valuable than 1 million empty views. And that right there is the real science of success.